Hi, today what we're going to do is we're going to add the app PicCollage to our iPads. So for any app that you add, you always go to App Portal, and let me go back. And you'll get this list here. We want to scroll to the bottom for PicCollage. You'll do this the same way for all these other apps if you need to add them. So I'm going to add PicCollage. And up in the top right hand corner, you get a yellow box that says install. So you'll hit that install button, and eventually PicCollage will add to your desktop. So I'm going to open up PicCollage. And the first thing we'll do is we'll touch select photos. It looks like select photos, but it's photos. Now, so you took a lot of texture pictures last week, and we wanted a variety of textures. So I went outside and went to a friend's house out in her backyard. She had some neat things. So you notice up here in the top corner, it will tell you how many pictures you have selected. Now when you're selecting your pictures, you want not only different kinds of textures, but also some different kinds of colors. So I've got some yellowy orange, some rust color, some gray, some black. I need some green. Let's get some green in here. Let's got a little green and black. Let's see, I've got 7. So an odd number is usually pretty good. And you've got a check mark. So I'm going to touch that, and it kind of puts them out here like photos. Okay? Now, you can work with that or touch layout. And down here in layout, you can scroll and find something that looks interesting to you for a layout for your photos. Okay, so let's try that one. Now, in my layout here, you notice that this square has these little tabs next to it. So that means if I touch it and pull it, it increases the size or decreases, it reshapes that cell. So each of these are little cells, okay? I can double with my fingers and zoom in to get closer picture. So like with this picture, now that I'm editing, you see the little pencil? We've seen that a lot. There I've got, I swapped pictures. How did that happen? Well, if I take a picture and I drag it to the other spot, isn't that neat? So if I'm trying to enlarge it a little bit, I swapped them again, didn't I? I'm going to try and enlarge. Let's look at this one. This is some kind of bird. Look at the feathers in there. Isn't that a neat texture? Let's look at this one. Now, what if I wanted to make this cell a little bit bigger? There we go. Now, see how I moved that around and I had some background show up? Don't worry about it. I can use my fingers. Look at that neat texture of that evergreen branch. Isn't that cool? All right, so let's look at these other little guys here. Let's touch him and let's edit this one. So I'm going to pull it and make it a little bit bigger. That's kind of neat on that eye, isn't it? Zoom in a little bit. Let's touch this one. Ooh, there we go. Now I've got some of that orange. I wonder if I should move that up there so I don't have, well, I like it. Let's look at this one. We've got the rust and green in there. So you can even turn it. See how I can turn the whole picture? So this is really neat. You can adapt it and move it however you want to. Now, the sizes has to do with what you're going to be using this for. The bigger the sizes, the more space it takes up on your hard drive, on your iPad, okay? So I would stick between the 1:1 and the 2:3, okay? So either the square or the rectangle, all right? Now, you've already done layout. Oh, look at this. These sliders. This has to do with this space between the cells, or the border around the edge and the border in between your cells. So if you don't want anything, That's kind of hard to see them all because they all kind of run together. So do you want a little bit of border or a lot of border? Another thing, look at this curved line. If I touch and drag it, look at the corners. See how the corners of my pictures, all those rectangles, are now rounded. So that's what that is all about. So let me touch and drag. Come on. It's not wanting to touch and drag. All right. Backgrounds. Now, backgrounds, we have some options here. You can stick with a plain background and pick a solid color. Now, when you go to pick your colors, you want to pick something that doesn't take away from your photos. You know, that's a bit much. I might lose some of my images with these greens, right? So, but you have a lot of options. That's a little bit too dark for me, my taste. But everybody's different, so you can see what's going to work good for you. That's interesting. I think I'm just going to stick I know, I'm a plain Jane. I'm going to stick with white. Now, there also, your other option besides solid colors, you do have some pattern backgrounds. Now, pattern backgrounds, let's see. That's not too bad. Something like that might be a little crazy. Right? So there are lots of options. That's not too bad. Kind of like that diagonal. And once you have what you like, because you know you are the artist, there is no wrong answer. Once you have what you like, you see the little circle with the check mark? I'm going to touch that. And I'm going to click done. Now these up here at the top, this is an undo button and a redo button. I don't want to undo or redo anything. I kind of like the way it is. You can see all my my curved textures, those diagonal textures, that crack texture in here, all kinds of fun textures. So if I'm done, I touch the done button and I want to save it to my library. And the library is your photo library. So this is an advertisement, so we're just going to touch the word close. And this goes to my photo library. Well, here's our photos. And let's open up my library. And there is my photo collage. So that is how we use PicCollage and how we add apps from the app portal. I hope you have a lot of fun creating your own photo collages. I'll see you next time.